Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a great day as always. And what in the world? It is freezing out. What the It was like sunny and almost 60 degrees yesterday, and what in the world is going on today? Good Lord. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, I'm Travis, aka the Brass Tack, and I am a professional automotive detailer. I have over 15 years of experience, and I am here to help educate you on your car cleaning journey. Today, we're gonna be talking about door panels and the door panel controls, like your window controls and all that kind of stuff. So the first thing we're gonna do is tell you the products and tools that you're gonna need to do the job, and then we're gonna get started. So here we are. I've already got some things set up for you to see. The first thing you're gonna need is your cleaner of choice. Mine happens to be Nonsense Invincible Cleaner from Chemical Guys. It normally comes in a bottle that looks like this, but once again, I buy things in bulk because I do so many vehicles, therefore I use so much product that it makes sense for me to buy things in bulk. So I buy it by the gallon and then I mix it myself. So this is the bottle that I use. The next thing you're gonna need is an interior brush, and this is the little guy that I use. And before I happened to find this little gem, I was using this. And at the time, back when I started, I was using these, and back then this was pretty much the only thing that was available. So I just got used to using these. So I would spray my cleaner on, and then I would just go in little circles with this guy all across the door panel, up and down and over and through, and it would take me forever, but I would get the job done. But now I have found this little beauty, and it has so much more surface area, so it can cover so much more at a time, and it makes the job go much quicker. So if I was you, I would try to find something like this. You can get this on Chemical Guy's website. It's not very expensive, it's pretty cheap, and it does a great job. The horsehair holds up very nicely. I've used this quite a bit already, and it's holding up great. So I'm very impressed with this little brush, and it has saved me so much time. The next thing you're gonna need is some microfiber rags. I have 2 of them here because I'm probably gonna go through both of them. And then just get another separate either microfiber towel or a terry cloth rag or whatever. This is what I'm going to use, because what happens when you're cleaning your door panel, you're spraying the product over everything on the door panel, and then once you're done cleaning it, you're going to basically want to wipe off any shinier surfaces like your chrome door handle. A lot of times door handles are done in chrome, so what happens is when you're done wiping everything off, you'll see a little bit of a film on chrome surfaces. So that's why I use a secondary towel to go and wipe that film off of that stuff. So, and then the next thing, some people use, some people don't, but I actually take my shop vac. Once I get the product sprayed on the door panel, I get it scrubbed down. I actually take my shop vac and I suck the excess liquid off the door panel before I wipe it down with my rag, because it saves rag usage. So I don't go through 2 or 3 rags on one door panel. I just go through 1 or 2 instead of 2 or 3. It just cuts down on the amount of liquid that you're wiping off the door panel. So that's kind of what I do. I usually just take the shop vac and suck the excess off before I wipe it down. So that's kind of what I use. Over the years, I have kind of streamlined how I do things, and this tends to work for me really well and save quite a bit of time. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up with a door panel that we're working with today, and then we will pick back up. All right, guys, we are set up and ready to go with our door panel here. This is actually on one of our personal vehicles, and I have deliberately let it get really dirty because I knew I wanted to give you guys a little tutorial on how to do this, and I wanted to make sure I had a nice dirty door to do this with. So what I'm going to do first is grab the camera and show you how dirty it is. You can see it's got all kinds of nasty stuff on the panel there, on the kick panel down here. There's some nasty stuff down in here underneath the handle. The controls here are kind of nasty. They got some dust in them. So the chrome door handle has some fingerprints and all kinds of stuff on it. So plenty of dirty here to work on. So I'm going to set the camera back down and we will get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and use our cleaner and just spray the entire door panel from top to bottom, left to right. The whole thing. Just spray it down good. I mean, you don't want to completely douse it, but you want to make sure that you have good coverage over everything. I'm actually going to vacuum this pocket out real quick because there's some loose dirt down in there. Okay, back to the cleaner. Make sure I got it all. Always want to make sure you do the sides and the bottom of the door panel. Things that don't normally get seen, but you just never know, so you just do it. Okay, everything is sprayed down good. Now it's time to go ahead and use the horsehair brush and just scrub the entire door panel, controls and all. Now I know some of you guys are probably going to say, oh, he's spraying liquid down in all the controls here and it's going to mess up all the electronics. I have done so many vehicles over the years and I've never had a problem with it. I'm really not spraying it directly down in the cracks. I'm just kind of spraying it at an angle, and no longer than I have the product sitting here, it doesn't really have time to really seep down into anything. So I've never had a problem with it. As a detailer, at the end of the day, you just have to do what you got to do. And I've never had a problem with messing up anyone's controls or anything like that. The nice thing about this horsehair brush is that it's stiff enough to get the dirt clean off, but it's also soft enough to get in these cracks and get the dust out of them and all that. Yes, the plastic of the brush tends to knock against things, but that's not a big deal. This plastic is pretty durable, so it's not really not gonna hurt it. Make sure to get the speaker grill really good. Speaker grills can sometimes be a little tricky because even once you get the whole door panel clean, you'll see that there's still dirt in all these little holes. So a lot of times what I do with speaker grills is I take the brush and I just kind of jab it into all the holes, and that usually tends to do the job. Sometimes I have to dry it off and do it more than once, but most of the time I can get it in one shot. Now, one tool that I forgot to tell you guys about, and I'm going to go grab it, is a smaller detail brush to be able to get down in the pockets and get into some of the places that the bigger brush can't get. I totally forgot to tell you guys about this part because honestly I forgot about it till just now. I don't know why, but I did. But the places that the bigger brush can't get, like in here on the sides, you just spray some more cleaner on and go to town with a smaller detail brush. And then I get in the pockets. Okay, sometimes you tend to miss something, so you just want to give it a good look. Make sure everything has been gotten. Get all your little places again. And then what I do is I take the shop vac and I suck off all the excess liquid, especially down in these door pockets because it's kind of pooled up, and I get as much of the excess liquid off as I can, and then I go with the rag. It's also really important to make sure you get all these little controls sucked out to make sure the liquid that has gotten down in there is getting sucked back out and doesn't stay. Okay, we've got it sucked off for the most part, so now we're gonna go ahead and just take our microfiber rag and just start wiping all the excess off. And you're gonna, especially down towards the dirtier parts, you're gonna immediately notice the dirt transferring to your rag because it has been all loosened up. And this is the crucial part because this is what actually gets all the dirt off. The cleaner loosens it all and get it all scrubbed up, and then you can wipe it right off with your towel. Another quick tip is that when you're doing door panels like this, it's almost impossible not to hit the lock button. Like I just locked and then unlocked the doors. You want to make sure that when you're completely done with the door panel, always make sure you just hit that unlock button to make sure you don't lock yourself out of the vehicle, because that's the last thing we need. Most of the time, I always have the keys out of the vehicle, but just in case they're in it, you never know. Get all the pockets wiped out good. Sometimes the best tool is actually your fingers to be able to feel down in these corners to make sure that all the dirt is gone. Get all the little cracks. Another reason why the shop vac is important to me, because I can suck these little cracks out, and for the most part, I don't have to spend as much time on them. Now, the last thing I'm gonna do is take my secondary terry cloth towel and just make sure all the film from the cleaner is off of the chrome door handle. And see, there you go, I just locked the door. Make sure all the film is off the shinier plastic surfaces such as the wood grain and the door handle. And there you go, one clean door panel. Like I said, guys, it's really not that hard, but I at least wanted to show you how to do it so that you knew the process and you knew the tools that you needed to do it properly, and you had the tools to do it in a decent amount of time, and it wasn't gonna take you forever to do. Sometimes you stand back and look at it. Another thing you're gonna see when I bring the camera down closer is that you're gonna see places that look like it's dirty, but it is not. It's actually scuffs. There's a big place right here that looks dirty. The dirt is gone, and all that's left is the scuffs from people's shoes sitting against this or rubbing against this. So really, unless you wanted to put some dressing on here, there's really nothing you can do about the scuffs in the plastic because it's actually damage to the plastic. So as a detailer, you cannot fix it, you can just clean it. So the dirt's gone, but obviously you still see that. That's one thing I have to explain to my customers a lot when they come to pick up a vehicle. They'll be like, well, that still looks dirty. And I'll have to say, well, if you look close, it's actually not dirty. It's just scuffed, and there's nothing I can do about those scuffs because it is actually damage to the plastic. And sometimes they will opt to have a dressing put on the door, which gives it a real bright shine. Sometimes some people like it, some people don't, because some people say, well, it feels oily. There's some websites out there now, like Chemical Guys and Adams, that are coming out with some products you can spray on and wipe onto your door panels and your plastic panels and bring out that shine without that oily feeling. So I'm gonna try some of that stuff out soon. That might be an upcoming video. Go down in the comments, tell me me if you want to see that, and I'll order some and do a video on it. But for now, as far as cleaning the door panel goes, that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm gonna get the camera up here and I'll show you some of these places. As you can see right there, if you look at it right, it looks like it's still dirty, but all that is scuffs from people's shoes. And there's some places up here that look dirty, but they're not. So you're gonna have that. There's another place right there. It's not dirt, it's just scuffs. And there's really, as a detailer, there's really nothing you can do about that. So as far as cleaning the door panel goes, it is done. It is clean, and I've showed you how to do it. So now we are gonna go ahead and do the rest of them. So let's get started with that. Okay, quick side note, guys. This is a good example of why I wipe down the chrome on the vehicles, because you can see the cleaner leaves a film. So I just take it and wipe it down. And as you can see, all of the door panels are now clean and ready to go. I sure hope you guys liked this video. I sure hope that it helped you out. These things came out spotless, except for obviously the scuffs that I can't do anything about, but they came out pretty much spotless as always. I hope that you guys learned something today, and I hope that it helped you out. If it did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Got some Duramax content coming your way soon, along with some more detailing content, obviously. If you want to see that Duramax content, go down in the comments and say Duramax down below and let me know if you want to see that. I've got some stuff planned. Till then, take care and have a great night, guys.